Happy Monday. How are we all today? I hope you're ready for a laugh because I just went live straight on 1:30, started talking, did the intro sequence, did all of this, and then looked at the comments and wondered, oh, everybody's kind of talking about other stuff and nobody said hello. Well, what? That would be because it hadn't actually successfully gone live. So rewind, starting again, but it's all new to you. Mondays, yay. Right, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you are looking forward to this week with sunshine and creativity as we end April. How is this the last week of April? But it is, and I'm in a scrapbook. And I remembered. At first this morning, I did not remember, but later in the day I went, oh, no, wait, we have a plan for what we're scrapping today. And I promised that I would print some Easter photos and do some Easter scrapping with that bunny and carrot paper. So that's what I'm doing today. Right, let's have a look and let's make sure now. I look at the comments back. If it's done it another time, that'll be hilarious. No, people are saying hello. Fabulous, fabulous. And congratulations to Janet, whose son got engaged. Well, congratulations to your son and his fiance, and I hope all is well. But yes, okay. Laura says definitely live this time. Fabulous. So here's what we've got. Now, a combination birthday Easter layout today. Because this year his birthday fell on Good Friday. And if you're not aware, in this country we get 4 days for the Easter weekend, and the Friday of Good Friday and the Monday of Easter Monday are both national holidays, so we get a big long weekend. And so we actually ended up celebrating with his friends on his actual birthday and with family on Easter Sunday. So our Easter and his birthday are all combined. So I'm going to scrapbook birthday photos, but Easter papers, and the journaling's going to make it all make sense. Cool? So let's have a look at that that bunny paper that I haven't cut into. It's here. Yay. So this was from Doodlebug Hippity Hoppity. And it's got bunnies on this side, carrots on that side. I'm not going to use it as a background. I'm going to use it in lots of layers. And I'm very excited. Now, Georgia says, is anyone else prepping for International Scrapbook Day? Now, have we had a consensus? Because I was looking at websites last night, and I'm a little confused. So, some places are starting their celebration this coming weekend. But bear with me. I always thought it was the first Saturday in May. This Saturday is the 30th of April. So next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after that is National Scrapbook Day. Correct? It's just that some places are starting festivities early so that it runs for a whole week up to National Scrapbook Day. Or have I got it wrong and I'm planning all my stuff for a week late? I don't know. You want to put me right there. But I think that's it. Because I have been doing National Scrapbook Day stuff today. Things that are adjacent to National Scrapbook Day. Oh, yes. But we'll say that for coming soon. But, apparently I might even be doing it on the wrong day. So who knows? Oh, okay. Yes. 7th of May. Okay. So it's just that places are going to extend it and give you a longer time. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. While it's sitting on my desk, I have to show you something that WB made last night, because last night WB said, there's just one layout on your desk. Can I move the layout and do some inking? And I said, yes. And guess what he made? He made this. It's cute, yeah? So because he watched somebody mask their stamping and he wanted to learn how to do that. So he stamped all of these little guys and then he masked them off with some mint tape and then inked all the background. And then he came back in and painted these colors into the animals. And he was like, this guy doesn't look like how I imagined it, but it still looks cool. And I'm like, that is art for you. That's art right there. It doesn't look like how I imagined, but it's still cool. I think we need that on a t-shirt. Yeah? So anyway, I'm just showing off now. Okay, sketch and then speech. La, la, la. Okay. Thank you, Scrapbook.com, for providing me with paper. Now. Oh, and I'll use their... Did I put their adhesive somewhere sensible? Yes, I did. Oh, I need to remember which one's which color. This one. Okay, that's the one. That's the dots. Right. So, square. Oh, this was also funny, speaking of art and family. So, we're so close now to having a kitchen. I could hyperventilate. And so, final drafts of like the things that are like down to the millimeter. Don't ever decide to design your whole kitchen from scratch. Anyway, maybe do, but just know it's tedious. And you know what? I'm like I can barely make something that resembles a square when it comes to precision drawing. Let me doodle for you. Yes. Let me do fancy letters and curves. Yes. Boxes, no. However, my husband can do that whole like architectural drawing thing. So everything is nice straight lines and perspective and all of that. And WB was watching him sketch out this last thing that needed a decision. Well, one of the last things that needed a decision. And he just looked at it and he turned around and he said, "Mommy, Daddy can draw way better than you." Ah, children. Right, so that tinker of a child, I'm going to take these two photos and instead of having them side by side, I'm going to make them vertical. So we're going to do this. It was very funny. Right, and we're going to have lots of layers around here. Yeah, this one is a photo. This one is a photo. Now you can tell. Then, I kind of want there to be a vertical title element, but also a horizontal title element. Can I have titles that go two directions? Is that too much? Let's see. So we have got... So, title here. Oh, I think I could do it this way. Sub, title. Yeah, it's going to work. There is. There's going to be lettering going two directions. And then it's going to say WB is 8 over here. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of inkiness today. How should I do that? Did I just draw on myself? No, good. So there's going to be ink in this zone. And then I think also in this zone over here. So let's make the ink be the diagonal. Why not? Okay. Can't help it. All right. And there's just going to be lots of tuckies and stuff in here. The sketch is so minimal, but the layout's going to be so much more. So here we go. Sketch looks simple, plain. Is not going to be simple and plain because that stack of stuff is just going to be so much stuff. Are you here for it? I am. Right. Camera one. Hi, I'm Shimelle. I teach scrapbooking classes online. I don't know what order that goes in. Online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, legally it's considered advertising, and I have to make sure that you're aware of that. Thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising always. And if you ever have any questions about how any of it works, or how you could take a class, or how you can buy the same supplies and scrap along with me, it's all in the description box below. So you can find links to click on to get either this month's supplies, that would be April, next month's supplies, that would be May, or to join me in Scrap a Rainbow, which is the class that I'm currently teaching. We've just finished Red Week and we're going into Orange Week. It's all different colors. It is no gatekeeping of artistic concepts, because I get really, really upset about people who are like, we can only talk about color theory if we talk about it in a fine arts degree kind of way. That's not who I am. But I am here to help you enjoy color, to help you enjoy pretty paper, and tell some true stories along the way. Let's scrapbook. All right, who's here today? Let's see. I know we've got Debbie and Krista and Maureen and Lindsay and Georgia and Debbie. I said Debbie already, but hey, two hellos to Debbie. And Pam and Mel and Jolene. And who else we got? Madeline. Anybody else who's there? Kim. Yes. Casey's here. Laura's here. Connie's here. Lovely. All of you, whether you are live or watching from the future, or you might be live and you just don't comment because you watch on your TV or you watch at work and you have to be quiet about it. Yeah. Hi. I'm glad you're here. I mean, your boss might not be, but I am. It's all good. Okay, so sketch, 2 photos. Snap. There you go. And these are going to be a vertical pairing instead of horizontal. And I printed them in black and white. Here's why. I don't do that very often, to be fair. Here's why. Number one, the colors were just really blah. So he's wearing a black t-shirt and a gray cardigan, which is, he does love this t-shirt, but the idea of WB dressed in all black and gray is very rare. He does dig a bit of color. I don't know where he gets it. And so that felt a little off. And then he's standing in front of a black sofa with a brown wooden table and a chocolate cake. So it's just so much black and brown, and it did not, the color did not bring the joy that I wanted it to bring. It did not bring the joy that's in that face. So I made them black and white. There we go. I need the rest of my kit. Where did I put it? Here. Okay. By the way, there's nobody else in the house today, and that means that I always feel a little bit more energetic when I can scrap where you are all my audience, but I don't have a Statler and Waldorf. Anyway, in my house that I think are going to heckle with commentary at any moment. So there we go. All right. So what are we going to put this on? In my full sheets of color I have left, I do have an orange. I'm definitely going to use that orange today. In fact, let's use all of those, but we're going to put it on white. Okay. Do any of the blues match here? I've got 2 different ones. I've got a different orange and I've got some yellow. So I'm pulling basically all the colors from this background. Yeah, so I'm going to put it on white. I've picked the orange, which is in the very center of the flower and is also on the B side. I've got pinks. Oh, there are 2 pinks here. I was like, well, I've got 2 pinks, but there are, because the pink and the cheeks is paler because it's not full opacity. So I've got a stronger pink in the ears and the nose, and then lighter pink in the cheeks. Bingo. I've got yellow, like the little flower. Might be able to match the that blue. So I've got both of these here. Let's see. Which one is the better match? Why is it that some days these two papers look different and some days they look the same? Have I made this up in my head and there's a different paper? How many blues were in here? No, there's just two. I don't know why. Some days I swear they've looked completely different. Like one's looked way more green. And today they look pretty similar. I'm just going to keep them both out. Okay. And a sheet of white for the background. I think I'm going to go foundations because I think I kind of want to make that saltwater taffy get wet. I don't think that I have done anything with watering it down yet. I've done it just, I've put the saltwater taffy straight onto a background and I've stamped in it. But I don't think that I've done some ink smooshing. So maybe we do some ink smooshing. Yes. All right. I'm not sure why that was so hard for me to communicate, but we got it. Oh, I've stenciled it as well because we stenciled bricks in it, didn't we? Okay. So first, a background. Jocelyn says, if the live audience heckles, it's easy for me to ignore you because you're just on a screen. It's true. I could even turn the comments off and then they don't see you. Elaine says the adhesive avenger doesn't heckle, but he sneezes. It's true. And oh my goodness, everything's in bloom. So welcome to the house of sneeze. Yeah, everybody's sneezing in our house. Right, saltwater taffy. I need a mat. That's what I'm looking for. I started to step away from the desk and I'm like, what was it that I was getting? Mat. Okay. I will say there was one funny thing about WB using my desk to make his little ink art yesterday. And that was I gave him the stamp scrubber, this thing, so that he could clean the stamps before he put them away. And I sprayed it with water so it was nice and wet to clean all of the stamps. And then I put it on the mat and I said, of all the things on the desk, this one has to stay on the mat. Don't let it sit on the desk. And when I came back up, everything was neatly on the mat except this was off. I was like, WB! What was the one thing that had to stay on the desk? The stamp scrubber. Where is it? Oh, it's not on the mat, Mommy. No. It's okay. It was all fine. But children, they make me laugh. So, smushing. So this is saltwater taffy. It's peachy pink. It's not my peach, but it is a peach. And I do like it, even though I also want my peach. The campaign now for Shimelle's peach. This was Heidi's peach. I would also like Shimelle's peach. Is hot peach. Water. So my plan here is that I'm going to make the background, but it's going to be wet. So then I'm going to set it aside to, oh, that kind of was cool. Just putting the water on there, I got like off spray and it's quite nice, but you'll never be able to see it, but it's like teeny little dots of peachiness. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was a pencil line or dust. Yeah, so I'm going to do the background, set it aside, build that mass of paper, and then by the time I've built all that mass of paper, the background will be dry. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Georgia bought new inks, but not new booper heads. Oh no, you need new booper heads. Everybody needs more booper heads. Yep. Okay, what am I going to smush with? I've got some different smushing materials. I have this one. I think this might be the one I want. So this is just a sheet of plastic packaging. And we're going to load this up. And then we're going to put it down. And we're going to repeat. And one more time. Do, 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 do. Yes. Now let's see what we got. Ha ha ha. I like it. I like it. Smush this out here. Oh, it's going to come right the way down. Why not? Go for it. Okay. Stack's going to be kind of here. I just realized we did something very similar for last year's Easter photos. I did a lot of ink smooshing. I did 3 colors of ink, I remember. Oh, how funny. Apparently, ink smooshing says Easter to me. I did not know. But you all did. Okay, I don't think that's going to show, to be fair. I think that's going to go away. All right, so this is a good start. I want it to look a little bit less like it was a giant sponge. So I'm softening this with some more water. Just watching where it wicks and what it does. Yes, that's useful. Georgia has 4 booper heads and 14 inks. Elaine hopes that my heat gun is plugged in. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look. What am I doing? This needs to be more wet if I'm going to make droplets. No, still nowhere near. I knew I should have saved that eyedropper. I had a face serum yesterday that I'd finally finished, and it had an eyedropper, and I was like, maybe I should save that. Yeah, I probably should have. But I think I have an eyedropper in here somewhere. Yep. A bit dark. I hope it doesn't. We'll try it. See what happens. Okay. That color mixed in there. Now, can I pick it up? Whoop, and drop it down. Yes, okay, we're on to something now. That's what I wanted. That is quite satisfying. It's far away from the camera, so it probably, I don't know that it is for you, but like you just put it flat down on the mat and then whoop. Yes. Okay, so what I wanted was little dots at the edges of this. And an eyedropper works really well for that. Okay. Does this look an absolute mess at the moment? Yes. Is it going to be fine? Yes. And I'm going to put it away right now, and I'm going to build the paper, and then I'm going to come back to it. If I need to hit it with heat gun, I will. But for right now, it's just going to dry. That's all good. All right, those can go out of the way. Let's tidy up Maleficent before she gets grumpy at me, because nobody wants a grumpy dragon as their desk. Okay. So then this stack of paper. Susan's on the wrong side of the world. She logs in as she's going to bed. Just It's like, I'm going to sleep in your life. Sorry. Okay. One photo. Where's the other photo? Did I pick it up with all the papers? Yep. Okay. So, I'm going to start with the orange polka dot. I think like that. Yep. So if you haven't been here the last couple, oh, is it this way? This way. The last couple times, Scrapbook.com sent me some samples of their new adhesives. So I'm trying them out. And then once I've had enough experience and, like the layouts have sat around enough to see if they stayed sticky, I will give you more feedback. So the one that I am drawn to, the one that I would have bought if I were having to choose something, is the dotted roller. So that's what I'm using right now. And we'll see how it goes. I'm mostly using it, well, indeed, I'm using it just like I would use my Kokiu dot roller. So I'm using the same amount of it vaguely and stuff like that. So we'll see how they compare once the pages have had a little time and it's fair to judge. Diane would like to replicate my booper storage and wants to know where to find it. No problem. It's on Instagram, instagram.com/Shimelle. And then it's in my reels. So you can either just scroll down the main grid, or you can go, there's a tab for reels, and you can tab to the reels and then see it. There's two videos. One just shows what it looks like the before and after of, here's all my booper heads in a bowl, and here's the finished frame. Or the next one right after that is the tutorial of how I made it. Nice and simple. Cool, cool. Okay. And then the plan now is to do a whole bunch of different blocks. So let's look at different sizes that we've got. Might just borrow WB's trimmer. Because some of these, I know, I should just put his trimmer in his trolley and not get it out, because now I use his instead of mine, and that means I'm gonna have to replace the blades in his faster. Mine doesn't need the blades don't get replaced. It's self-sharpening. I've had that thing for a gazillion years and never replaced a blade. Although I feel like right now I shouldn't ever say anything like that, because my kettle died this week. I mean, frankly, how can I be expected to work under these conditions? I have no kettle. America's like, what? But Britain understands. We need kettles. But my kettle predates my husband. Yeah, not in his life, but before I met him. And so I had the kettle a good year before I met him. So it is a very old kettle. If that kettle was a human, it could have finished all its A-levels and been either working or studying for a degree by now, and my kettle died. But because we're so close to getting the kitchen done, and the kitchen will have a hot tap in theory, unless someone changes his mind in the next 3 days. Please don't change your mind in the next 3 days. I can't handle it. It'll have a hot tap instead of a kettle. So we're like, we don't want to go buy a kettle because we're going to have this put in so soon. Yeah. So I don't know how I'm supposed to exist in this world. So I feel like I shouldn't say that my my trimmer is self-sharpening forever and I've never put a new blade in it. It is true, I've never put a new blade in it, but what if the kettle is not alone in things that are going to break this week? Sophia says, no kettle, but this is what things like pick up that day from Argos are for. Flails in British. Yes. And in fact, here's the thing. The kettle I have was a pick up this day at Argos. And it's lasted all that time. Yeah. Okay, so I want this block to be bigger because I want to see the bunnies. So I'm going to do a bigger block of this one. I'm sorry, I have to chop some bunny faces. It's not a pattern where you can avoid chopping bunny faces. Sorry, bunnies. And then I'm going to turn it that way so that I remember to get the carrots in. What do we got? Oh, this way I don't have to chop bunny faces. I can go in between on the horizontal. Flip. Okay. Elaine's like, you're actually getting a kitchen? You'll have to do a tour. Well, it's so funny, Elaine. I mean, it is and it's not. But the kitchen, it will go in 3 sections. I've just realized I didn't turn on the extra light over here today. Is it too dark over there? It is dark. I'll turn it on. Yeah, so our kitchen will come in 3 sections because we don't have the space to store all of the pieces at once. Does this make sense? So it's kind of, it's a U-shape kind of thing that we're building. So our downstairs is like one big rectangle. This is the front door. And there's a staircase here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay? So you can't build in that spot. But everything else downstairs is just one massive open room. And this is the corner with all the pipes, so the kitchen goes in here. So we have to build a unit that goes here that's floor to ceiling. A unit that goes here that's half height, like a kitchen counter. And then there's going to be this epic thing here. I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's like an island, but it's not floating. So does that make it an island? But it's not, this isn't a wall. This is a counter. And this is going to be, it's a really chunky countertop, drawers and the fridge on this side. Oh, Americans are going to get confused. Our fridges, it's quite common for them to fit under a kitchen counter. I don't have a double high normal American fridge. Those are very fancy in this country, and tiny city housing is not made for them. So Americans look at our fridge and freezer and go, oh, it's like a dorm. Yes, it's fine. There's only 3 of us. It's fine. So this has like the plates and other things, plates and glass storage on this side. Our dining table's over here. These are chairs. There's a table. Yeah, there's a TV over here. And now I'm just giving you, here's the sofa. I don't know why I drew lines on it. Okay, that's the sofa corner. This is the dining table corner. That's the stairs. And this is the bit that we're building. Amazing. But you can see from this illustration that there's nowhere to put all of the boards for this whole thing in this room, correct? And we learned when we did upstairs, because first we built our own bathroom from scratch, and then we built my studio from scratch, and now we're building the kitchen. So we've had 2 rough drafts, yeah? We've had 2 bits of experience. And we have one board in our bathroom cupboard where it's a floor-to-ceiling door on a cupboard. Like, we wanted this one cupboard to be full height so that we could put the ironing board inside a cupboard. And it, like, the shelves inside nestle so that the ironing board fits inside, and I do love that. But we didn't realize that we would need to store the boards flat even for the 1 week that we were building it all. And so there's a 2mm warp on that door, meaning the top of the door is 2mm out from the bottom of the door. Now, to be honest, it doesn't bother me, and I forget about it. But oh my goodness, my precision husband is like, that door is still 2mm out. And I'm like, yeah. So what we learned is you have to be able to keep them all flat. We don't have anywhere to keep them flat. So, so yeah, we have to do it in sections. So I think it's this section goes first. And then I think this bit, which is it Connie just said? Who just said? Yes, Connie said it's a peninsula, and that's an acceptable term. Okay, it's not an island, it's a peninsula. Well, my peninsula is going to be epic. And it matches my studio. Why not? We love a theme in this house. So I think we build this part first because it's the most complicated, because this has the boiler and all the pipes. All the pipes for the whole house are in this corner. Oh, they're a nightmare. And then the peninsula, and then that back one in the end, which means this one has the oven in it. So I have to be patient for my oven. But last week, I made 6 dozen cupcakes for the bake sale. I wore my ears to take cards. All of my cupcakes were gone in 5 minutes. My son's class hadn't even got out of school yet because they have staggered ending time. So, I want a pink behind there. So just think of how much fun I will have when I can do more than 6 cupcakes at a time. Because I did 6 dozen cupcakes, but I can only bake 6 at a time in my oven. When I have a proper sized oven and I can do 2 dozen at once, I will be unstoppable school bake sale mom. And let's be honest, that is my goal in life. There are 2 goals I have had since I was able to have a child. And one of them was to be school bake sale mom. And the other one was to have a place where kids would come after school to do their homework or whatever and eat loads of snacks. And do you know what that is? It's the peninsula! It's the peninsula of neighborhood kids and snacks. Goals. My goals are coming true in life with this kitchen. I can tell you all this because he's not in the house. If I said all this right now and it still wasn't here yet, he would be like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. I know it's taking time, but it's going to be perfect. And we built it all from scratch. So anytime you come to our house after it's in, it's going to be like, hi, you see how this is 2 millimeters wonky? That's okay because we made it with our hands and the help of a cutting robot. Standard. Elaine says, our kitchen is coming in 3 Lego bags and that she hopes we read the instructions. I'm not sure that we did. But yeah. So we have to we have to dry fit it all first, which means you build it like a puzzle and then you take it apart before you build it for real. And trust me, that is soul destroying. We've had to do it with all of the rooms that we've built so far. And there's something it's very satisfying to put it together and be like, yes, it fits. Okay, it worked. And then to go, okay, take it apart now and do it with glue and screws. And then you're like, take it all apart? But I just put it together. And it is totally like, you did the Lego build, now take it apart and put it away again. And then remember, yes, Georgia, you are summing it up exactly. This is my best life. All of WB's buddies hanging out around the peninsula, eating cupcakes and Mickey waffles, living their best life. Yes, I totally want to be that house where the kids come. I want to be that. Yeah, and then we have a good friend in our building who also has similar goals, and they were renters who bought in the same building just like us. And so we both plan on living here forever. And we're like, yes, this is our life plan for the children. Just come to the houses and come to each of our houses and eat snacks and do your homework. Talk about books, whatever you're watching on TV. Yes, this is what we want. Okay, so do I go for the hot pink as well? I think maybe. All right. Oh, you know what could be cool though? What if the hot pink is not a box? What if the hot pink is a shape? It's not a box. I realize a box is a shape. I'm too excited today. Yeah. Oh, Casey, I hope it comes true for you too. Have a peninsula and bring all the snacks. Speaking of Mickey waffles. Okay. Cass Cassie says she doesn't care about the children. She's coming to the peninsula for cupcakes and Mickey waffles. Yes. Cassie, you can come over anytime once the kitchen's in. All right. Curious. What's this color look like? Oh, it looks even more pink now. I kind of thought it would look more orange, but it looks more pink. So you know what that means? Let's add orange. Okay, we can do that. What shape could I do with this? I don't have like a bunny head die or anything like that. I could do fancy circles. I was going to say I could do circles, but I could do fancy circles. Do we want to do like, hold on, just grabbing them so that I can show you. Something like this? Like these? I really need better storage. My gracious, Shimelle, you're a terrible example. They also don't fit in my die basket because my die basket was storage that I sorted out before I got those, and then they were bigger than the storage. You ever have that problem? Okay, so do I do some of these in hot pink, you think? Hot pink, you think? I think that might be a thing. Also, I'm just saying, on NSD, I've got one to give away. So, you know, make sure you check in when it's National Scrapbook Day. Oh, but yes, thinking about the Mickey waffles, I put a hidden Mickey on WB's birthday cake for his party with his friends. And I didn't think this through because I put one hidden Mickey on it. All the kids wanted a hidden Mickey on their slice. And I only had one hidden Mickey on the cake. How could I have failed so much? So, you know, they'll have to come over to the peninsula so they can all have a Mickey. Georgia says potluck lunch and everybody brings your favorite snack and then we can just scrapbook around the peninsula. I don't see why not. A couple of suggestions for ovals, which makes perfect sense, but I don't have any. So let's try some of these. If I tried 3 of them, let's see. So I could do the tiniest one. Should I do all ones with a scallop? So then I could have, because some of them are like rings with a shape cut out and some of them have edges. That one's a scallop. And then there's either that one or the giant one. The giant one is not going to look that giant next to that. So let's do those 3. Okay. Die cutter. Oh. Ha ha. I cleared my desk the other day. Do you know where I put all the stuff? On top of the die cutter. Let's dig it out. It's even got the box to my new glasses. Amazing. Everything's here. Okay, you're going to laugh because there's going to be a crashing sound. I guarantee it. Everything's going to slide off when I take this out. Nothing breakable. It's just papers that I haven't put in the scrap basket. It's a mountain of paper. You could never imagine that you would find that in my house. All right. Die cutter. Matte. All good. Look, it's the one die that I have ever cut upside down. It's there to remind me. So frustrating. Okay. I know, Sophia's like, the die cutter is your new shelf. I know, my trimmer is actually available. But instead, I used the die cutter as a shelf. And you wonder why I don't have a studio tour online. I'm working on it, but apparently I am my own worst enemy in getting such a thing done. I did listen to, it wasn't a podcast, but I wasn't watching. I was just listening. I was listening to, I guess it's called, you'd call it a coaching call. A lady that I follow on Instagram Live once a week. She, on Instagram, once a week she does an Instagram Live where people can just put themselves forward for free advice. And I've never put myself forward, but I quite enjoy listening to other creative people talk about the things that are bothering them and hearing her advice. Like, it helps me process things for myself. I don't know why I cut that into a big rectangle. Yeah, it helps me process stuff for me when I hear somebody else working through their problems, because it's all creative. It's all, I think I've only ever seen women on there. They're all like one-woman businesses, similar sorts of things to me. I've never seen another scrapbooker there, but you know, similar sorts of stuff. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, one of the things was one of the ladies was calling in from her studio, and the coaching lady said, "So have you ever posted a picture of the studio? Because I can see it right behind you and it's glorious." And the lady was like, "No, because it's a horrible mess. I would never want to show it." So she asked the audience, she's like, "So do you all think it looks like a horrible mess, or do you think it looks like something you want to see?" And 100% of us were like, "I want to see it. It's not a mess. Even if it is a mess, I don't care." And yet here I am going, I can't show this on a studio tour yet because it's a mess. And then I'm like, oh, apparently that might be okay. But I don't know. There's probably a level to which, you know, the craft-a-lanch, yes, whoever just called it that. Georgia. I probably shouldn't show the craft-a-lanch. I don't know. All right. We got shapes now. It's so tiny and delicate. Okay. I'll clean all of that off later. Ugh, right. I'm putting the die cutter now on my favorite shelf, the floor. What have we got here? So we've got these 3 pieces. I hope you're all enjoying today's random rubbish, because I've been saving it up. Now, inking, not inking. I want to ink because, yeah, I want to ink it because a stack of stuff makes me want to ink it. But what I think I'll go black. Right. Not heavy though. Which one's which? Hold on. Too many boopers in the wrong spot. That's from WB's project. That's my black. Okay. I'm just going to check. Yes. Okay. So, not too heavy. This is that ink pad that I never re-ink. I don't even own a black re-inker. I only own like one re-inker, walnut stain. And I wait until the ink pad is like completely dry. And then I re-ink it. And many times I leave either the black or the brown open on my desk for days. And the adhesive vendor is always like, "Doesn't that dry them out?" I'm like, even if it does, it's not a problem. So there you go. This is the kind of mayhem that you find in my studio. Ah, you're also supportive. Deidre, was that about my booper storage? Can you look at Instagram just on a browser? I am going to post it on YouTube, but I haven't yet. It'll be in YouTube Shorts, but I just haven't done it yet. But that is the only place that it is. Instagram's the only place it is right now. See if you can just look at Instagram as a website, like instagram.com/Shimelle, or does it make you go, no, you need an account for this? Because you used to be able to just look at it, but that might not be right now. Okay. Otherwise, I'll get it on YouTube this week. Sophia says she thinks there's a difference between quote-unquote mess and quote-unquote being used for the purpose for which it was built. This room is definitely used for the purpose for which it was built. It's just that, you know, one of the purposes was to make stuff, and the other purpose was to have a place to put all the stuff I like to collect in the name of making stuff. Like that whole ethos of collecting yarn and knitting are 2 separate hobbies. So I have a bit of that in my studio. I have yarn storage. It's mostly just there for me to look through my yarn and go, this is so pretty, and one day I'm going to make something, because I am a very slow knitter. Things I have finished in 2022, knitting wise. I have finished one pair of socks that I started in the very last days of 2021. One pair of mittens, which I started earlier in 2021 and then kind of forgot about. The end. Almost done with the sweater, almost done with the cowl. There we go. Okay, now where are these going to fit in? Oh, it looks really cute over it doesn't work here because of the size, but it does look kind of cute over the cake, but then does it take away from his cute smile? I guess so. All right. So I think I'm going to put that one over here. Oh, and I must keep an eye on the time today since I don't have an adhesive Avenger to say, guess what, your child likes being picked up from school and taken to ballet. Because that's what he does if I get too close and run out of time. He goes, guess what? All right, so I can have little bits offset, not squared. And where's this one gonna go? Like there? That's not what I meant to do. Bunnies. Okay. Pink. Carrots. But this one needs to come in at this level. Should they cross over? Yeah, think about there. All right. Now, amazing. Corey is knitting a Death Star. That is fabulous. I can't wait to see. You must show us. Show us. All right, these I can put away so that I don't damage either them or me. Because I don't know if I am the only person in the world who can pick up a die and manage to die cut myself. But I do sometimes. Okay, let's look at that background. Now, this is just the start of the more that this is going to be. But I think we need to bring in more color over there to the left. What color do we think that bunny is? That bunny paper? I kind of want to go broken china. Yeah. Okay, well, do I just want to smush it? And have I still got black and white? I had some black and white in this kit. I want the black and white. There's this one problem I have with live stream scrapbooking is that I can't put music on. And if you, well, you could see me right now because I could put it on the other camera. But I do this thing. Hi. I do this thing when I can start to visualize something in the page, like on the page, and I'm like this. And if there's music, then I'm just dancing away. But if there's no music, I literally just bounce up and down. And then I'm like, what does that look live stream wise? Am I bouncing the desk? Am I moving stuff all over the place? Can they hear the floor squeaking? Bounce, bounce, bounce. The wonderful thing about Tiggers. Yeah. All right. Black and white. Yes. This is what it needs. Black and white. Totally. It needs the black and white. Don't worry, not going to cut through the pink circle. Corey says maybe, not Corey, Georgia says maybe have the title follow the circle, which is a nifty schmifty idea. Let's see what would work. What's the B side of this look like? Piece of floral. It's a floral that perfectly matches that ink. So we're going to put that in there too. I'm going to stencil the blue. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right. I want these to curl. I know you might like your layouts nice and flat. So you can ignore that I'm doing this. Look away, look away. Look away, look away. I haven't finished that series and I really want to. I've finished the books, obviously. I read the books years ago, and then WB read the books during February half term. And now we're watching it on Netflix, but haven't finished it. It's the version of Series of Unfortunate Events that has Neil Patrick Harris. And the opening theme tune changes for like every second episode. One book is 2 episodes. And he sings the opening song and then changes the words to fit each plot in the book. And I love it. Love it. It's so well done. Casting is amazing. The costume is amazing. It's so good. How many layers is your biggest paper stack? Says Elaine. Was it the BB-8 layout or has that been beaten? The BB-8 layout is like the heaviest layout I remember making because not only did it have a lot of layers, but they weren't small. It was a lot of layers over a huge part of the page. And I know that I've done, it's either 17 or 18 because that was a sample on the Banana Frog stand where somebody was like, oh my goodness, I love how you layer. And she was saying something that was self-derogatory. And I was like, no. Realize the reason I layer like that is because I make a lot of mistakes. So if I mess it up, I just put another layer over the top. And she's like, but I counted there's like 18 layers. And I said, I must have messed up 17 times. So yeah, layers, lots of them. Let's see what else we got in the kit so that I can just layer up all the things that'll work. I've got some plans for Friday as well. So I will keep what I need there. But things that I've cut into in here and have partial sheets of, that's for Friday. Actually, I don't have much left over that's not Friday's plan, which is okay. We like that. Okay, but I do have stickers and stuff. Can I make this one fit into? Why not? Yes. Let's just take almost that whole thing. Sophia loves the Unfortunate Events TV show and wants that same team to do the Mortal Engines books. I want that same team to do Sideways Stories from Wayside School, which I don't think has been done in any sort of project. I don't think there's been a TV version. It's by Louis Sachar, who did Holes, which Holes obviously has a movie. But the Wayside Stories books are just hysterically funny. And the funniest bit is, one, I want that same team behind Unfortunate Events to make a movie or a TV show about Wayside School. Then, secondly, I have someone who would like to audition. So if they could, do that while he's still young enough to play the part, he's totally on board. Yes? Okay. Now, can I find a stencil that would work with those patterns I've got? See, there's that little flower in the bunny pattern. So I kind of want to use that little flower. Otherwise, I mean, I could do something like stitches, but I think the flower is better. I have that flower, and I have, what was that one? No. This is two different. So this was a freebie once. So I haven't used it, but I don't think this is the right project for it because it needs something that's a simple, geometric, almost cartoony kind of version. Right, I need my booper for broken china. Boop, boop, boop. Here you are. Look how easy you are to find. Kathy is like, yes, Wayside School Stories would be awesome. Sophia says her boy's dream would be Lego to make Thunderbirds kits. Oh. Right, handle for my ink. By the way, burning Main Street Bakery on my desk today, which I haven't burnt in a while, candle. And it smells like the Main Street Bakery. It's making me very happy. Okay. Didn't tape it. Might regret. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to blend the broken china, in with the lighter one. Tumbled glass. I wanted to call it broken glass because I was saying broken china. And I was like, and then the glass one, broken glass. No, that's not what it's called. It's not called broken glass. Tumbled glass. Right. Yep, which means I need a booper for tumbled glass as well. Where are you hiding? Because I had this one out earlier and I hadn't tidied it away yet. I think it's this one. Yeah, that paper is somewhere between broken china and tumbled glass. So it would be broken glass. Boopity boop boop boop. So I was thinking, I'll bring this far enough over to the right that it's going to tuck underneath the paper stack, which we're pretty much there. And then, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. I like how that fits in there inside. Okay, but then I'm going to do a little bit up here where it's not going to be inside. So that's going to be about there. So I don't want this to start. Okay, Perfect. Now I just need to remember to ink the part that's already inked, and then that will be the right place. Georgia built the Lego DeLorean. Was it a good build? I need to rebuild my Disney castle, and I'm both excited and exhausted in my brain ahead of the time because I built it once. And then we tried to move it intact and it did not work. So sadly it is now very broken and very dusty. So it needs a good clean and a rebuild. But the part I'm excited about is the Adhesive Avenger thought he was helping last time around. And when I wasn't home one time, he did a bit of the building and he didn't know that the part that he built was the part I was most looking forward to. And I was like, oh, that's the part I really wanted to build. And so I'm going to build that part this time. Okay, feather this out up here toward the corner. Pretty. Okay. Tumble glass. Broken china. There. Where can you go? There. So that's going to fit in there. So does it need a little circle over here to the side? I think it does. Or should I go here? If it goes there, look what I've made. Circle, circle, circle. It's a hidden Mickey. Well, that just has to happen. Okay, so mostly it's not going to show up here. Oh, that's not flat. I can't use that. Okay, it's not going to be anywhere near as big here. This is just going to be a tiny bit. But you know, to have more, you have to have quite a few little tiny bits of things. It's what you need. Was I just too lazy to unfold my mat and I put a bit of packaging underneath? Yes, yes, totally. But I feel that we can all understand that. All right. Yes, yes. Now, there's no saltwater taffy over here. There's a tiny bit. There needs to be a tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. You know what I'm going to try? Oh, Georgia's review of The Mandalorian. Okay. She says, her husband built it, but he enjoyed it. It's got a lot of gray pieces. You get little Marty and Doc minifigs, and it has a light-up brick. We love a light-up brick. Oh, no. George's husband has the Wally Lego build, which is an epic build. We don't have it. It's kind of before the time where our house was taken over by Lego, but I admire it often. And it got dropped at their house and smashed to pieces. And Georgia was concerned for her husband's safety after he dropped it. Right, so to get some of the saltwater taffy over here, I'm going to do this. I forgot I had this because I bought more product in saltwater taffy than I've ever bought in an oxide color. So let's just do that. Let's spray a bunch. I know, Maleficent, I'm going to help you out. Don't worry. I'm not going to leave you permanently taffy colored. It's okay. Right. Now, however, that needs to dry. So let's start looking at this. Oh, the stamp set's just stuck to the back. I'm like, why have I got the packaging for the stamp set and not the stamps? These babies. Oh, and I have a sticker sheet. I have the big sticker sheet. Well, I have two Simple Stories sticker elements here. Okay. So we have got, this is, you know, birthday and Easter. No birthday specific products and just one Easter pattern paper. So, good to know, good to know. Right. Definitely want these puffies. So there's a couple of them that are already spoken for in other layouts. That green camera is totally spoken for. Here's what I'm thinking. Can I go to these circles and then embellish? Okay. So I want like a puffy embellishment at the bottom of each circle. So then I'll go back to a rainbow over here. I love this random bee and I just keep looking at it and not using it. So today I'm going to use it. This is why I love it. The little bee line is just adorable. And there's one over here too. I'm going to have two little bees. This bee can be going to this flower and then have the little line. Because it's just cute. Okay. Stamps are definitely going to come out for sure. I've got day for birthday. What else could we put in there? Also, is that Miss Dry yet? Snails. I'm not going to put the snail on. Okay. Definitely the stamps. This is all definitely yes. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, what have I missed? What have I missed? Elaine's answering a question from Michelle, but I'm not seeing the original question, so let me find it. Oh, here. How do you store dabbers for all the colors so they're easy to reach? Yeah, I have them in a frame inside my cupboard. And there's a video on Instagram of how I've done it. So Michelle says she used to store the foam on the bottom of the ink pad, but now that she switched to the dome ones, she doesn't have a storage solution. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed to do. And then I was just keeping all of them in a bowl, which was fine to a point. And then as they got inkier, they started like the ink started migrating from foam to foam, and that wasn't great. So I made a frame, and it's literally a frame with sticky Velcro on it. The side of the Velcro that's not the side that's on the booper. Yeah, so it's the rough side stuck onto the frame, and then the boopers are on there. Yeah, and I used a really cheap, lightweight frame with plastic instead of glass, which I try to avoid plastic storage in my craft room, but I did go with it there so that it's nice and light and I could just have it in the cupboard door without causing any damage. Cool? Yep, it's okay, Jolene. I'm watching the time. Thank you. I got 5 minutes, maybe 10. Right. My handles live in a little cubby in my drawer, and then the heads live in the frame. Okay, I feel like each of these is going to need like some little word type pieces there. This is almost dry. I'm probably going to have regret here, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it down. Do I want to pop it though? But then this can't, I'm not popping that. No. Okay, so flat. All right, I'll pop some other things. Now this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. No, of the adhesive here, because this is a lot of layers. And I'm going to stick it with that new adhesive and we're going to see how it goes. Go in there. All right. Title. Where is that day? Oh, have I checked? Can I spell? B. You're kidding me. I got no more I's. Oh, but I've got a J. I, R. I just had a T. T, H. Okay. Doing it. We're going to give the J a tailectomy. So it becomes an I. Where was that T going? No, not there. No. Oh. Spell, Shimelle. Come on. Dot. Okay. So I need a third lettering style to do Easter here. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the idea of writing around here and there and all the places. Because look, these are curved. Yeah. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay, but I need something different to spell out Easter. Boop, boop, boop. Right. Time. Okay, so you're going to I'm not going to use the last couple minutes to dig for letters, but I will find some lettering that matches one of the colors that's already here to do Easter here, because I know that's a boring title, but I really wanted the title to be Easter birthday, and that's going to fit then with the journaling. Right, last thing I want to do, stamping block. Where are you hiding? Oh, this is a good question because, you know, somebody else was stamping here. Where would he have put the block? There it is, there it is. Got it. I have to think like a WB. I can do that. Okay, so we're going to do have a magical day. So these make it so that you can stamp in two colors. Oh, do the two blues. It's going to do the peach, but actually, I think the contrast of the blues will be more fun. This could ruin it all, but I'm willing to take the risk. I'll do it. Then if you don't like it on my eye, you're like, nope, not going to try that because that did not work out for her. I'm okay with that. Let me be that person. Let me do that job for you. Okay, so then I've got to, oh, what's happened there? Hold up. The ink has gone where the ink should not be. Let's sort it out and try again. I don't know what happened there. That's better. Yep, okay. Now, you can go in here and you line it up. Sorry if you end up seeing the top of my head. But I gotta get it lined up. There. Eee! Oh, he's cute. He's cute. All right. I really like this stamp set. It's so cute. Okay. Then the small phrases I wanted more of that color over here, so this one, stamp in the taffy. Yes. Probably will end up doing some of the little filler stamps in there too, in those same colors. Because I've got, you know, like the little confetti here and some hearts. Okay, and that's going to say Easter. And then there's going to be some journaling here. And I think I might still put the WB is 8 down this side. And I think it needs more stuff tucked in and some phrases around here. Okay, so that might be enough that I have to film what how I finish it, and then just do like a time lapse so you can see it finished in super fast scrap mode. So I think that's my plan. Right, so Elaine says, could I think like an Elaine because she's lost her stamping block? Oh no, Elaine! So here we go. Here's how far I got in the live stream. Inky ones always take so much longer. But thank you for coming to watch. I really appreciate it when you start your week with me on a Monday Live. Lots of creating, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. Now, places you might see me. On Friday, I'll be back here, YouTube, 9:30 in the morning, UK time. And that'll be the last live stream with the April kit. So I will go through everything I've made with the April kit. I will have all of the ones that weren't finished at the end of the live like this. They'll all be finished so you can see them all in one go there. And I'll also, after I have that last live, I'll get them all photographed and put into one Instagram post so that you can bookmark it. And then in the middle of the week, it's Orange Week in Scrap a Rainbow. So I'll be live on Wednesday there, and there are edited videos Tuesday and Friday. Yeah, well, that's the plan. On Friday night, I got super dizzy, so there was a little delay this weekend, but we were all good, and we've got all the red. We're good. We're good. And yeah, I'm not feeling dizzy now. Is this a normal thing? Is this just me getting old? Anyway, thank you so much. Georgia has to rush because Johnny Depp is off to court. This is Georgia's schedule now. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, and I would really, really appreciate it if you took the time to give it a thumbs up. I know some of you watch on TV, so it's not easy to give it a thumbs up. But if you ever, you know, are on your computer and have a thought about it and want to go and give the videos that you watched on the TV a thumbs up on your computer, that'd be super awesome. Yeah, it makes a lot of things possible behind the scenes, so I really appreciate it when you do that. Okay, thank you so much. See you Friday at the very latest. And anybody who watched from Tomorrowland, you can say hi to. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.